Hey guys, Fred and Sheila McCoy. I think this is part 5 of American Vendetta, T.C. Crawford. And it's Fred and Sheila McCoy with the Hatfield McCoy Museum and Adventures. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
And we're going to try to finish up here if we can. On many of the stories T.C. writes about, it's not hard to see who he was getting the Hatfield side of the story from, and that was the master of all storytellers, Devil Anse Hatfield himself.
Okay.
T.C. Crawford confirms through Devil Anse Hatfield that Kentucky State law enforcement officer Frank Phillips captured Wallace Hatfield and brought him back to Kentucky. So Devil Anse Hatfield tells T.C. Crawford in his book that Frank Phillips had come across into West Virginia and had captured his brother Wallace Hatfield, which is what we've said for years and years. Once again, had Sheila and I been at the museum, we could walk over here to a wall and we could actually show you the bond paper or the bounty where Pike County Court paid Frank Phillips $100 bounty on Wallace Hatfield, where he picked up a body receipt. He turned him in at the jail, picked up the body receipt, went to the courthouse and collected $100. So, you know, once again in that movie, the miniseries, of course, it's entertaining to watch, but it's certainly not the truth about a lot of things. But you see Wallace Hatfield ride into town on his horse, and he says, "Frank Phillips, you'll not collect no bounty on me." Well, that was a lie. That was all for the movies, because Frank Phillips did collect the bounty on Wallace Hatfield, and Wallace Hatfield come into town with his hands tied around that saddle, and because Frank Phillips had gone to West Virginia and got him. Contrary to what Wallace did not turn himself in like the miniseries shows, and as Russell Hatfield has claimed, show court documents where the bounty was paid $100 for Wallace's arrest. But we can't show you that. We're not at the museum. But if you'll remember, we done a story way back in our videos of Russell Hatfield from Tazewell, Virginia. And he tells the story of, he says Wallace went to prison for nothing. He'd never done nothing wrong. Well, Wallace was indicted in one of the guys that shot the 3 McCoy boys at the pawpaw tree. So he did do something wrong. And he also says that he says that his grandfather turned himself in. No, he didn't turn himself in. He was taken in by Frank Phillips. T.C. says that murdering Anse Hatfield has broken and crippled the McCoys. He nicknames Devil Anse Hatfield. He don't call him Devil. He always calls him Anse Hatfield. But he calls him here murdering. Murdering Anse Hatfield has broken and crippled the McCoys. T.C. Crawford says the Mountaineers have no rule of morality. Speaking of West Virginia, of course, T.C. may have even been the man responsible for naming the Mountaineers when they were organized just a couple years later in 1891. He done this story in 1888. In 1891 is when they named the Mountaineers up in Huntington at the college there. T.C. says the West Virginia Hatfields are the decided winners, as they have not lost even one family member. Now, he writes that in his book, that the Hatfields are the decided winners, as they have not lost even one family member. Couldn't go out. Did they? Here we go again on Charlie Sheen. Winning? Are they really winning? They couldn't go outside of West Virginia. They slept with their rifles instead of their wives. They were suspicious of everyone as looking to collect the bounty. If that's winning, well, T.C. says he saw Randall McCoy while he was on his quest to interview the feuding parties. Randall refused to be interviewed. He described Randall McCoy as a tall fella with broad shoulders, a broken down old man with a gray mustache and beard. He has lost 5 of his children under the most cruel and revolting manner, T.C. says. this is why people should always speak their piece or make their case. This is Fred and Sheila McCoy here, or at least Fred. I can't speak for Sheila. If I do, and I'm wrong, I'll see this.
You see me going,
Their piece or make their case. If you don't make your own case, someone else will make it for you. Over the last 100 years, everyone has heard one side of the feud, and that is Devil Anse Hatfield's side. Then again, why would Randall really care to speak out? Every time he demanded justice, all he done was lost more members of his family. So why would he really want to say anything to anybody or give somebody an interview? Again, Randall was a broken man. The justice system failed him, and
yeah, it sure did.
Lost his kids. I can't imagine. And I don't know how, Altina Waller writes in her book, or Tom Dotson, one of them, and we'll get it when we get down there, says that there was only 4 things that happened during the feud. And during those 4 things, though, there's all kinds of people getting killed. 4 events, but man, they're dying left and right. And I lost one kid, I'd be devastated. Can you imagine losing all that? So
yeah.
Seen a story once where the person said Devil Anse wanted to make up with Randall McCoy, but Randall didn't want to. That's laughable. Yeah, sure. Let's make up. You've murdered 6 of my children, my brother, my nephew. You burnt my house down, beat my wife, and left her for dead. Sure, I can overlook that. Let's make up. Really, guys? Give me a break. And I think that's even in Altina's book, where she says that Devil Anse wanted to make up. He wanted peace. Wanted peace when? In 1889, 1890, after the cabin's been burned, you've done lost half your family. Oh, let's make up. Let's let bygones be bygones. Really? How can people be so silly to even make a comment like that? TC went on to say in his book that the McCoys were broken after the cabin massacre, as it was the first time women had been attacked and assaulted and even murdered during the feud. Some real men there. This is me talking. Some real men there. But they wonder why the West Virginia Hatfields were referred to as savages and been barbaric. Must we really explain this? T.C. Crawford says that after the cabin massacre, the McCoys were broken. It was the first time that they'd lost some sons, brothers, nephews, but it was the first time where one of their ladies had been killed, and Sarah had been beat and left for dead. They thought they killed Sarah. They wanted to kill her. Because Sarah was one of the witnesses that saw the 3 McCoy boys tied up at the school in Warm Hollow. Guys, I'm so sorry. I thought we was going to finish it in that segment.
Yep.
This is number 5, but I promise you we're going to finish it in 6. Okay. So the next segment will be the final chapter for us on T.C. Crawford, at least for now. Actually, this is about half of his book. I'm where I'm at now.
Whoa.
But it's interesting book. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Have a great evening.
Hey.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I know I say that all the time. I just don't want them to get tired of hearing it.
They don't.
Okay.
See you next time.
Bye.